Drew has stepped up and helped us out again. He's donated his Tamiya Dehavilland Mosquito for kit review. This kit has not been out very long. He went down the day that his hobby shop got it in, picked it up, tells me though, Buddy had ordered 6 and only 2 showed, and I understand the shopkeep had ordered one for himself and Drew got the only other one that was available that day. So he rushed it home, opened it up, kind of looked at it quickly, called, brought it right down to the model shop, right back to Northview Model Shop. He's not going to build to the fall, the winter, and he wanted us to open up, do a full kit review, get it out on the internet so everyone can see this beautiful piece of artwork out of Tamiya. Really cool. 24 different parts trees, 2 parts photo etch frets, 678 parts, 2 decal sheets, reference material out the wazoo, classic Tamiya 132 scale offering here, guys. So stay tuned. We review here. We pull just about every fret out, and we kind of do some quick looks at it. And then also, guys, if you really want to see every part in clear, great photos, check the video. It's in the link here in the bottom. I'm just going to do a quick slideshow with all 24 parts trees plus the frets plus the books, just in a quick scrolling video. No audio, just quick for you guys to review. But stay tuned. Watch the next segment here. Thanks again, Drew, for donating the kit for us for a quick review, and we promise we'll return it to you in 678 pieces. All right. Now here we've got our decal sheets. Classic Tamiya decals, very thin, very smooth, very crisp, very detailed. From the understanding from the information booklet, you have 3 different variances you can build here, which is kind of cool. One of them that really kind of struck me was this particular sheet is just absolutely jam-packed of warnings, caution, fill points, fuel, all the warning stuff, side nose art. It's all here, and very beautiful. It just unbelievable the amount of little pieces and decaling here. I think there's 100, 112, 114, well, 126 part numbers, so you got a lot of decals you're fighting with here. Could look like just the decaling alone could take you a couple days to get a little cool map down in the corner there too. And then, as we mentioned before, we have the masking for all the glass surfaces, so you can get your frames painted. Beautiful stuff. Okay, now we got the photo etch frets. Really nice pieces. As mentioned before, all of the bezeling for the instrument clusters are here. I'm not sure what these pieces do. I did not find them in the instructions. I don't know if these are engine detailing parts or what. I would assume they head to the engine because that would really add to it. But there's a little wrench. I've never seen that before. Part 25 is a wrench. That's kind of cool. You also have your screens here for some of the exhaust. And then on fret number 2, screening for the front of each wing leading edge, and then some cockpit pieces. But the thing I like here is the seat belts. Very nice. The 5-point harnesses are really well done, and the instructions are very clear on how they first get mounted. The cockpit is, or the pilot is then put in, and then the belts are bent around, and how they sit with pilot, and then you can also mount them without pilot, and how they're supposed to lay down in the rested position. But really, really nice, cool piece. Alright guys, this is one of the crown jewels of the kit. This is the Cockpit Canopy, and there's a mask kit that comes with this, which is really nice, makes painting really easy. But what's really nice, what makes this a crown jewel is on the sections where it kind of makes the frame of the canopy, it is really well detailed. The riveting is spot on to the 1:1 scale, and a lot of people that were awaiting this kit had mentioned that this is kind of the piece they were looking forward to. Crystal clear, absolutely beautiful. Really hesitant myself to take this out of the bag. Did not want to open it up and run the risk of a scratch or any fingerprints or anything. So we're very gentle when we hold this. So when our friend here builds this, he's working with very nice, pristine pieces, but very beautiful. Alright guys, this tree is very interesting. This is some flight control surfaces But the big portion here that I really want to look into is the flight crew. You have your pilot and you have your navigator. Those of us who are used to 172 and 148 scale figures, you know they're not that detailed. They get the job done, but they're not great. So 132, a little bit bigger, a little more room for the detail, and you know, you get a little more of it. But these are really, really nice. Figures appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6, 7 pieces each figure. So you really get a chance to pose them the way you want, to detail them up. You have your figure's head. You also get where is it down here? Oxygen supply system, parachutes, all that is there. So an opportunity here to really detail this up. The pilot's very nice. One of the things that stuck out to me when I opened the kit up was the attention to the detail of the flight crew. Okay, here is the fuselage and bulkhead tray. Once again, same thing as we've mentioned in the past. The larger pieces seem to have some markings to them. You cannot feel them they're not, you know, you don't feel them when you run your fingernails across them or anything. You don't know if it's just a pore issue or what you want to call that. Those are the only downsides. It's just the bigger piece you see that on. The bulkhead's really well detailed. Some of the floor pans very well, nicely done. A little bit of flashing around the smaller parts here, but that's all we've seen so far in this whole kit. Is just that these really small pieces here have some flashing. It's just a slight cleanup. Address that very quickly. But you know, this is when the plane starts to take shape. When the fuselage has to go together. All right. Now we're getting into this kit. These two trees, both identical, are starting to get into some of the tires, and they stuck out to me. You need to assemble the center section, and then you get some outside ribbing, and then it appears that you have treads, section of treads here, that all need to be glued and assembled as well to make the tire. My first thoughts of that was there's so much that's gone into this kit. There's so many extras they give you. Real vinyl or real rubber tires included in the kit probably would have made this kit a 10 out of 10 on any modeler's list. My thought is after all the assembly, the tires, and just a thought until you actually build it is when we'll really know, but to have like a 12-piece tire, I think it's not going to look great when it's all said and done. Like I said, a nice vinyl tire or a real rubber, or maybe sourcing the aftermarket for a cast tire would definitely set it off. But that's so far as the only downside of this kit I've seen, is that these tires kind of let me down a little bit. Okay, now this is one of the group of trees that I went to first when unboxing this kit, having my quick first overview. This is the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine portion, and guys, to me this is a kit in its own. You have two engines, the main tree being this one here, your engine block, cylinder heads, manifolds, time and chain covers, and you get into some turbo piping and oil pan. It's just really well detailed. And my buddy pointed out, you know, not that one engine's a pain in the butt to build and detailed up, they give you two. So a lot of work. From there you move into another tree that gives you some of the engine coolant system piping and lines, turbocharging, and all that is laid out in some of these pieces here. These two trees are identical, and these two trees here are the same, except for tree R is attached here on one of the tree P's, I believe it is, and it gets some small mountings here, and I'm not sure what exactly that is. There's some piping and some hosing, so this one tree will encompass both engines as well, but really well detailed as well. You can see all the porting for your exhaust and intake ports are there as well, and the heads. Very nicely done. It's a beautiful piece. Intercooler lines or pipes are all in there as well. So beautiful piece. To me, if I was to take this kit on, I'd probably start at this portion, and this would be the kit itself. Right after this is completed, I'd be extremely happy at that point. But yet there's still a whole plane to do it.